Well, that O-ring there's gonna come out pretty good. Amazingly good. Well, sometimes if they don't come out really good, you spend some time just cleaning that groove out. And right there at the end of it, actually it broken off. But there's another little chunk is. It has to be really clean in there. Look. That's what it looked like. Well, right there's what that pile of parts looks like. We'll get them cleaned up. We'll get them back on that engine. Well, this is the other part of that other part, the last part. This is another use for this gib-key. This gib-key puller, I got that from Hit&Miss Enterprises some years back, and we're going to use it to get this gib-key out of this cam, get it off the shaft to clean it up. You know, you always start with one piece and build the engine back. So in order to have one piece, we have to get this disassembled. And we'll get the old grease out of it and put some new grease in there, you know. But first, I'll show you something. If you did not watch that last video, I'll show it to you again. And I used this, that's number 4. It's a good little square. I like that square. It's a Lufkin Rule Company who built it. And I used it in that last video to find that taper on that gib-key right there. And you can see it. And I'll show you something. I mean, I even got these out to refresh myself even. And I found out that I can recognize something about 5 thousandths. When I'm looking at a measurement and it's 5 thousandths, believe me, it ain't much. You just know it's there. That's all. And you can look at it sideways and you can hardly see it. It's very thin. And then the other measurement that I call out is 10 thousandths. And you know, that's basic paper thickness right there, you know. Even a very thin business card or a good grade writing paper is that thick. But when you look at it, you can see how thick it is. Okay, at that point, you don't need this tool no more. You know, once you can recognize a couple of thousandths somewhere, then you can carry on. But not to be confused that I would rely on this Lufkin here. I brought out that's the old Leroy built that. But if you put on the side of this gib-key puller, and I think it was just a byproduct of when they cut it on the it was cut with a flame cutter, and the flame went one way and give us that little edge right there. And when you look in there, possibility you can see that. Okay, that's not 10 thousandths, but it's more than 5. So there is some seeable taper in there, and that's all that counts. You don't need to know anything any more than that. Okay, to verify not to rely on that sterret, we'll check it with this Harbor Freight right here. Oh yeah, same results. Yeah, same results. Meaning that the wide side is down here. Let's put something. Right here's a piece of tape. I want to remind myself that that's the wide side of this gib-key puller. See, the gap's on this side over here when I put it over here, meaning that this is the high side, and when I put it over here, anywhere along the spine, it's the same amount. This is the high side, meaning that both of these are wider than the other one. So this wide side always, well, let's take care of these squares, and we'll carry on. I put a little oil on them squares there. But okay, another thing before we get on with this right here is a 3 horsepower International. I don't have the name tag, but we'll narrow it down to some more closer to your model as we go along. And to keep us in the same frame of mind, not to be confused with the 1.5 horsepower there and the 1.5 horsepower there, 2 different solar projects. This is the 3 horsepower Doug Thornhill engine. Got that up there at Doug Thornhill estate sale auction. But now that we're working on it, I discovered that this collar, it's an igniter engine, and this collar, it's brass. That's not unusual. They shouldn't fetch a premium. They're quite common, really. But this is not war. Is the good thing about it. It's almost in a lot new. Well, it does have a little wear. I can see it right there. You know, egg shape. I mean, you can put a square on it, tell what it is, but it does fit this cam here. You know, that's where it was at. So sometimes they wear to each other. But we're going to get that cam off of there. The end's loose. But we'll get this engine running. But this is bent. This casting here is bent. And also was the igniter push rod arm was bent to that extent. So I just unscrewed it, got it out of there, but I'll show you. Let's see. Oh yeah, here's a couple. This is well, they're not going to help none in this situation. I should have a. Well, we can use this right here, but because this push rod is amazingly straight for this 1.5, but we can put that in there. I'll show you something. Yeah, just a few threads all required, and if you look down through yonder, like this, well, let's get something. If you put that 4-foot ruler down through yonder, you know, lining up the flat on this thing right here and the flat on that right there. Okay, man, you wouldn't think you'd have so much trouble with a ruler, but it's raining outside, so I've got a good excuse. It's rained here about every day for a while. But anyway, you can see that gap right there, hopefully. See down here, it's skinny, and up there, it's really wide. That means that this arm is bent inward. And you can look at it right there and see it. Just purely for visual. And, well, I thought I had another one, but you can see somebody's done already modified that one with the wrong thread even. And it has been brazed on there. They probably got the engine running. I'd say that was a good repair at the time. But this is that's a 1.5. Compared to 3.5 to the 1.5, there's, you know, about 1.5 inches difference in them right there. But it would screw in there. We'll make us a new arm to go in that paw right there. But it screws in there just like that. And okay, let's check it. That would be on top like that. So let's get that ruler back out here and just see. That's a different one. Okay, you can still see the gap up there. It's more. So, you know, just looking at it, it's about 1 inch. So that means that this has to be sprung that way, has to be bent, taken in consideration the whole of the time that this is cast. That's cast brass. Some sort of bronze or brass, whatever the alloy should be. But it's almost impossible to straighten one of them. You know what I mean? It's bordering on the impossibility to straighten that cast brass. But I think maybe if I heat it up really, really good, I can work with it. And we'll give it a try. You know what I mean? It can't be no worse than what it is now. If it breaks, then you know we can either, if it breaks, we actually can braze it back together and fix it that way. So it all will not be lost.